How's it going, everybody? This is RBT, and it's finally NFL season once again. And just like last season, I'm coming at you with my NFL Week 1 prediction video. I know I didn't do any predictions for the preseason, but better late than never. So let's get started. This should be a lot quicker than my college football predictions because it's only 16 games. So without further ado, let's get started. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe because I'll be coming out with these preview/predictions every single week. All my picks will be uploaded every week, every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to do so already. And be sure to do so right now so you don't miss any of my videos. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first game, Baltimore at Denver. This is going to be a fun game. A rematch of last season's AFC Championship game. We all know that. And I think this year, playing in Denver, I believe Denver pays back Baltimore for last season for the championship game. I think they come back and they win this game. Denver might be the best team in football this season, and Baltimore just lost too much. They'll still be a good team. They'll contend for the division, but I think Denver is just too much. Peyton Manning adding in Wes Welker and that with that wide receiver core is going to be deadly. Added some pieces on the defensive side of the football as well. Also drafted Monte Ball, which will really help out that run game. And Baltimore, like I said, will still be good. They'll compete. But Denver got better. Baltimore got worse. Denver wins by a touchdown. I'll go 31-24 over Baltimore. Okay, on to Sunday night. New England at Buffalo. It's going to be interesting to see how New England can play in this game. We all know about their decimated receiving core at tight end and at the wide receiver position. Tom Brady still is the quarterback, and no matter who his wide receivers are, he'll make it work, and he'll play just fine in this game. I'm still not sold on Buffalo's defense. We'll have to see. Jeff Toole, I believe, is getting the start because Kevin Cobb and AJ Manuel are both still still coming back from injuries. So New England, no problem in this game. They should win by, I'll say 17 points. I'll go 34-17 over Buffalo. I'll go 34-14 over Buffalo. Cincinnati at Chicago. I think I'm gonna lean with the Bengals in this game. Young team, up and coming. Andy Dalton, quarterback. It'll be tough playing at Soldier Field. Windy environment in Chicago. We all know about the weather there, but we'll have to see how the receiving core at Chicago can do. They'll be much improved with the additions. Jay Cutler, he's a hit and miss quarterback. Can look amazing at times, look bad at other times. And Cincinnati, like I said, a young team. AJ Green at the wide receiver position. Jarvis Green Ellis at running back. A young defense, which I believe will be improved from last season. I think they get the close victory over Chicago in this game. I'll go Cincinnati 24, Chicago 21, in a very close game. Miami at Cleveland. Miami's much improved from a season ago, I believe. I believe in year 2, Ryan Tannehill will develop and get a lot better. Cleveland, they're getting better slowly but surely. They're getting a little bit better year after year. But Miami, they could be the team to knock off the Patriots in the AFC East. They could be. I'm not saying it's likely, but if there's a team to do so, it's Miami. They're a lot better. Good wide receiver core. Had some great draft picks. Picked Deion Jordan early on, and that really is going to help with the defense. It's going to be fun to watch him. But I believe they should beat Cleveland by 10 points. I'll go Miami 27, Cleveland 17. My favorite matchup of Week 1. Atlanta at New Orleans, the battle of two very good quarterbacks, Drew Brees and Matt Ryan. Atlanta was this close to making the Super Bowl last season. I'm trying to concentrate because I'm watching Florida State and Pittsburgh and trying to make the picks at the same time, but it'll be a good game. New Orleans finally gets Sean Payton back. I believe their run game will be much improved. Offense is as good as ever. Defense, I believe, will be a little bit better from a season ago. Bringing in Bob Ryan as the defensive coordinator. We'll have to see how we can do there. They looked a little bit better in the preseason. And the Falcons, they're going to be good as ever. I know they didn't get many draft picks because they gave up their whole entire future for Julio Jones, but that wide receiver core is still going to be amazing. And the defense, I believe, is a little bit better. And I think Atlanta will pull out the victory. Very, very close. I'll go Atlanta 37, New Orleans 34 in this game. Very close game. Tampa Bay at New York. New York, the Jets, that is. The Jets could very easily be the worst team in the NFL this season. I'm not saying a lot. They made some idiotic moves I still don't understand. I know it's kind of biased coming from an Alabama fan, but I don't understand why they dropped Greg McElroy, who I believe was the best quarterback on the team. I don't understand why he never really got a shot in that game. I mean, for the Jets. But Tampa Bay, man, they're getting a lot better. Josh Freeman might be one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, adding Darrelle Revis along with that secondary is going to be one of the best in the NFL as well. But it's going to be a much better Tampa Bay team. Year 2 of Greg Schiano. They'll win this game very easy. I'll go 30-14. Tampa Bay over New York. Tennessee at Pittsburgh. My Tennessee Titans against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to be a hard pick. Tennessee usually has success against Pittsburgh, whether it be in Nashville or in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I believe, will not be as good this season as he's been in years past. They dropped off last season. I believe they drop off even more this season. And as I say that, Florida State's quarterback, Jameis Winston, is having a heck of a game. First play after halftime, gets a 50-yard pass, but he looks amazing. But where was that? Pittsburgh, I believe they're getting worse. They're getting worse and worse. And I believe it's time for us to step up, make a name for ourselves, win a week 1. Very close, as it was last year. We won very, very close. It was about 3 points. We'll be going to Pittsburgh, beat the Steelers, and start the season 1-0. I think Jake Locker has a pretty good game. Chris Johnson, I believe, will be a lot better early on compared to what he was last season. I love the pick and chance format. I love the additions we made on the offensive line. Offensive line will be so much better than last year, based on the sole fact. No, I don't think people really understood how decimated our offensive line was. We had so many injuries, and it was ridiculous. But with that said, we go into Pittsburgh and win 24-21 over Pittsburgh in this game. And that might have been the same score that last season was. I could be wrong. But that game was in Nashville, but I still think they win. Minnesota at Detroit. Is Detroit ready to take a step forward, and is Minnesota ready to develop their passing game to make that? This is a battle of two teams ready to take the next step forward. Detroit was so disappointing last season. They have all the talent in the world. They're so much better than what their record showed last season. But it's a tough game. A tough Minnesota defense, a tough run game. We all know Adrian Peterson, best running back by far in the NFL. Christian Ponder, he's a big question, but I think he won't be much of a factor. I think Detroit's defense, their secondary specifically, is not where it needs to be, and I think the run game will be just fine with Minnesota, and they get a 7-point victory. Let's go 31-24, Minnesota over Detroit, and a closer game. Okay, Oakland at Indianapolis. I think the Colts win this game. The Raiders made some questionable moves in the preseason, but they're steadily getting better. We're still not sure if it's gonna be Terrell Pryor or Matt Flynn. Either way, I'm not really confident in either of those quarterbacks as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Indianapolis made some pretty good moves over the offseason. We all know how good Andrew Luck is. I like the pickup of Ahmad Bradshaw. A good 1-2 punch in Ahmad Bradshaw and Dick Ballard. The running game, I believe, will be a lot better than last season. Wide receiver core is still pretty good. Defense is, I I don't know. Their defense is okay, and playing in Indianapolis, I believe they get the W easy. I'll go 27-17 Indianapolis over Oakland. Seattle at Carolina. This is gonna be a fun game. This really is. It's hard to say because I'm not really sure if Carolina's ready to be that playoff team. Carolina, I believe, is a dark horse to pick up a wild card spot this season. They're so talented, and that starts and ends with Cam Newton at quarterback because he's good. He's good to say the least. But Seattle, it's not a good start for Carolina. Seattle's one of the better teams in the NFL. We all know that. Great defense, great run game with Marshawn Lynch, improved wide receiver core. We all know how good Russell Wilson was last year. Is he going to have a sophomore slump? That's yet to be seen, but I think they will have a good offensive day against Carolina's defense. I think it'll take maybe another draft or two to get that Carolina defense where they want to be. But I think Carolina will give Seattle a tough game, especially in the first half, but Seattle will run away with it in the second half. I'll go Seattle 34, Panthers 21. Kansas City at Jacksonville. We all know Jacksonville, bad team. As long as they have Blaine Gabbert there, and I think he's actually questionable for this game. He's injured, something to do with his hand. I could be wrong, but Kansas City made so many moves in the offseason. They got so much better. With the first pick in the draft, they acquired Alex Smith. They're going to be so much better. Not sure they really can challenge for a playoff spot. They are in one of the weakest divisions in all of the NFL, but they'll get the win against Jacksonville quite easily. I'll give them a 2-touchdown win over Jacksonville. I'm just not sold on Jacksonville at all. I don't think they'll be much better this season. They could be possibly worse. The only way I could see them winning is if Maurice Jones-Drew has a amazing game, which I don't believe will happen. I believe Justin Blackman's actually suspended for a couple games to start the season, but I'll go Kansas City. Kansas City 31, Jacksonville 17. 2-touchdown game. Arizona at St. Louis. St. Louis is going to be better too. They made some nice acquisitions in the offseason. I love the Tavon Austin pick. A young wide receiver core, but a good wide receiver core. I believe that's where they needed to start to improve the team with Sam Bradford, the quarterback, give them some better targets to throw to. In Arizona, they're also going to be much improved. I believe that was a huge. I know Carson Palmer is not one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL anymore, but he's a huge upgrade from Kevin Cobb. And they actually have a quarterback now to throw their talented receivers, and that's a huge thing. So just based on that fact alone, they'll be a lot better. I'm going to love to see how Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, can play in that defense. I've heard some of their coaches even say he's the best player pound for pound on their defense or in their team as a whole. That's a huge statement, especially coming from somebody off that coaching staff. I mean, if a fan said that, you just brush it off. But a coach saying that for the Cardinals, that's a big statement. But I do believe the home team gets the win, very close. I'll give them a 27-21. No, let's go 27-24 Rams over the Cards. I think the Rams, this is their year. If this is their best year in a long time to actually get a chance to make the playoffs with a wild card spot with how down their division is. But I'll go St. Louis, like I said, 27-24 over the Cardinals. Green Bay at San Francisco. I believe this was a rematch of Week 1 of last season, or Week 2. I could be wrong, and the game was in Green Bay last season, so this is gonna be a fun game. I believe either Green Bay and San Francisco or the Saints and Falcons is my favorite game for this week, most anticipated game that is. But with that said, tough game to pick. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I believe it's going to be so much better of an offense as a whole with the running game that they're going to have. Eddie Lacy, I believe, will be good in that offense. It will help out the passing game tremendously. Randall Cobb will make even bigger strides this season, and I think he was banged up a little bit. so I'm not really sure how he'll play in the how his special teams game will be statistically. But this is a really tough game. But I'm going to have to go with that run game in San Francisco. I'm still not sold on Green Bay's front seven being a great run-stopping team. I'll go San Francisco close in a high-powered offensive game. I'll go the 49ers 34-31 over Green Bay. It could go either way. This might be my most unconfident pick, but I'll go San Francisco by 3. New York and Dallas. Man, I'm still not sold on Dallas. I did not like the Monte Kiffin hire at all, and that's saying a lot because I couldn't. That was really dumb move, in my opinion. But anyways, Eli Manning, that offense is either great or they're poor. That's just how it is. But I'm still not sold on Dallas's defense. I believe it won't be nearly as good as they're anticipated. And Eli Manning will come into Dallas. It'll be another high-powered offensive game. But I'll say New York by 7. I'll go 34-27 New York over Dallas. Okay, moving on to the Monday night slate. Let me do my little prediction here of how long I've been doing this video. I'll go 18 minutes right now. 16. Wow, making some pretty good time. Okay, Philadelphia at Washington. Ooh, I'm hoping I'll be home. One day is when I'll record my radio show for the radio station, and hopefully I'll be back in time so I can watch this game. But I don't know, talent-wise and everything combined, I know the other matchups that I've mentioned before are one of my favorite matchups of the week, but just based on the expectations for these teams and the stories surrounding them, this might be my favorite matchup of the week. I mean, nobody's sure of how Philadelphia is going to do this season. Philadelphia it's so unexpected how they're going to do. I think they'll be good. They will be, but they're a team that could make the playoffs, or they're a team that could have another 4 or 5 win season. I'm just so confused at how they're going to be. But I think they'll be good, though. I think they'll be good. I'm not sure if they can beat the Redskins. In Washington, it'll be a tough game, but it'll be close. It'll be really close, but I think RG3 and company they'll pull out the W, but I don't think it'll be a sign of things to come for Philadelphia because I think they'll have a successful season. But I'll go Washington close, 31-28 over Philadelphia. All right. Last game, Houston at San Diego. San Diego, I believe, is in for a rough season. I don't remember it being this bad in San Diego in a long time. I'm really pulling for Pitt in this game, but I don't see how it can happen. They cannot stop Jameis Winston for nothing. But Houston, man, they're going to be improved. I mean, that addition of Ed Reed, that's just amazing. They filled in so many spots needed on the defensive side of the football that they were lacking last season, and they might be one of the best teams in the NFL. They really could be. If Matt Schaub can perform at a high level this season, they very easily could be the best team in the NFL. And I said this repeatedly, maybe in every single prediction video last week. I believe they have the best running back, wide receiver, quarterback trio in all of football with Matt Schaub, Arian Foster, Andre Johnson. And also they pick up DeAndre Hopkins, so that will take off all the pressure from Andre Johnson because, I mean, they haven't had that good receiver to complement Johnson, which means he was pretty much double, triple covered all season long. So I believe DeAndre Hopkins will have a huge season, and that addition really lead to them both having a great season. They'll both have a really good season statistically. But I have them winning easy. San Diego, like I said, they're in for a rough season, I think, and Houston will win this game. I'll say by 17 points. I'll go 37-20 Houston over San Diego. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you do not miss any of my NFL picks. I record my Titans, Steelers in-depth preview here in a second. But anyways, hope you have a great day. Roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. Like I said, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/S3RTR. Catch you guys later. Peace out.